what up, y'all? Welcome to the show with your dog, the Lo-Fi Horror Guy, as if you didn't know. And today I'm here with my third installment of Mommy Dearest Week. Mommy Dearest Week is a hashtag that the Horror Junkie 103178 is doing currently on Instagram. I myself am partaking. I don't know why you aren't. If you go to Instagram, check him out. Check out myself under the same name, the Lo-Fi Horror Guy, with underscores between every word for whatever reason. Without further ado, we are going to kick right into today's selection. This is my third selection for Mommy Dearest Week. Mommy Dearest Week is basically loose interpretation as far as, mommies that are the protagonists, mommies that are the evil ones. You got, the protectors. You've got the ones that wind up being the junkies, so on and so forth. It kind of goes on. But basically anything that, to me, my interpretation too is anything that has a motherly character in it that has some sort of driving role. So my third selection, my third installment, if you will, is going to be 2007's Inside. 6.8 out of 10. This is a French horror movie. I already did a video on this before. I don't think I really dug too much into it. But as I've said before in my videos, I'm doing a post on Instagram, just as far as what my selection is for the day, but I'm doing my full review of the movie and so on, little fun facts about the movie on here. So be sure to keep on checking for other videos throughout the week. All right, so Inside 2007. 6.8 out of 10. Alexander Bustillo and Julian Maury were the directors of this bad boy. Today's feature is going to be Sarah, which is the mother, the main actor, the main character, I should say, in Inside. So I'm going to read the synopsis for you guys just so you have a little understanding of what's going on, and we'll dig into this beast. All right, so get ready for the most gruesome, terrifying, and disturbing film you've ever seen. 4 months after pregnant Sarah loses her husband in a horrific auto accident, she is visited on Christmas Eve by a mysterious mad woman. Alone and desperate to save her unborn child, Sarah fights to stay alive as each of her potential rescuers die at the woman's sadistic hands. With scene after scene of shocking carnage, Inside delivers unbelievably realistic gore that dares you not to look away. So, without the cheesy synopsis read of the movie, this movie is actually pretty messed up. There is definitely some scenes in it that are, that raise the old eyebrows, that give you the old, that give you the old, you know what I'm saying? Inside is one of those movies that you have to be patient with. It kind of like Train to Busan. Initially a lot of people don't like subtitles, so they kind of, get irritated and don't really want to give it a chance. This movie is awesome. It far supersedes the remake. The remake's not terrible, but this movie is definitely awesome. There'll be spoiler alerts, so if you haven't seen this movie, I would not go any further watching this. But basically, what ends up happening is she gets into a car accident, kills her husband, and so you go further into the movie, and she's now pregnant, alone in her house, and this woman starts, gradually getting more and more irritated, more and more threatening, more and more trying to, pretty much break into the house. And then ultimately you find out at the end, in the beginning of the movie, what ends up happening is the crash that happens that kills her husband was actually the woman that's trying to break into the house. And what happened was the accident ultimately ended up, the woman that's trying to break in, she was pregnant, and in the accident she lost her child due to the accident. So now she's trying to come to this other woman's house, Sarah. She's trying to come to her house to steal her baby out of her, and she has these shears, and she's trying to basically cut it out. Super disgusting, just really gross moments in the movie. Little fun fact for you, if you notice, there's one scene in particular, I think it's when the cops are going to show up and the light kind of flashes on the house. The address is 666. Evil. My favorite. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. I noticed that the address of the house is 666. This movie, Bloody Disgusting, ranked this 12th on their top 20 horror films of the decade. So I thought that was, definitely a big up for them. They did a great job with this movie. Now, because it's not really resembling, but it kind of gave me a little bit of a different feel. My buddy Ryan put me up on a couple of days ago this ABCs of Death 2 short. He told me to make it an honorable mention. I'm going to make it an honorable mention. Honorable mention. I don't have a copy of it. I didn't really like the first ABCs of Death. The second one's pretty good. So I will insert with the editing program gods a poster right here of ABCs of Death 2. The Z for Zygote. I wanted to mention this on here too because he had mentioned it. I knew I saw it before. It is definitely messed up and it's definitely very cringy and uncomfortable to watch. The ABCs of Death 2 got a 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb. Chris Nash. Chris Nash was the director of this bad boy. He also did a pretty gross, I wish was a full movie short. Skinfections is what it's called. His particular short is called Lip Lock. Go on Vimeo, search Skinfections Lip Lock. It'll pull right up. It's definitely sweet. Now, the Z for Zygote, there is, it's basically this husband and wife, and she's far, beyond being pregnant, and he is going to leave out to find food or, so on and so forth. He's going to leave, and he tells her to eat on this ginger root or so on and so forth, something to the effect to where it'll help subside her pains, for pregnancy pains. So then all of a sudden you realize it goes further down the line, and all of a sudden she's like crawling on the floor, and she's got this huge sack hanging from her stomach, and the kid's inside of her talking to her. And it just, there's like some really nasty effects in it, and so he had mentioned, my buddy Ryan mentioned that I do an honorable mention. It was a good shout out, so I appreciate it, doggy. I threw it on here with Inside, loosely kind of related, if you will. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. This is my selection for day 3 of Mommy Dearest Week, Inside. Go ahead and check that bad boy out. Go ahead and check me out on Instagram. Check out Horror Junkie 187. He's the one that's been putting on these cool weeks of horror. That's all I got for it for right now. In the meantime, give me a ding, give me a dong, give me a bang, give me a bong, give me a like, give me a share. If you don't, I do not care. Maybe give me a fist bump, if anything. If anything. At the end of the day, I just want to enjoy a nice scare from 2007. Being inside. That's all I got for you. In the meantime, I'm going to give you the old boxing, the old shadow boxing there, the old 3, 2.
Nice!